where I am on the Earth, we're spinning about 650, 700 miles an hour. If the Earth's spinning at that speed, those clouds that are just sitting there straight over me must be spinning, well, faster, because they're travelling a bigger circle. They're further away than the Earth. So, what is it that causes the atmosphere to spin? You know, whether it's contained or not, the idea of it not being contained, the vacuum should suck it away, but then particles all stick together and this, that, the other, so therefore it all stays, and there's all these sort of explanations about this, that, the other. So just cut the science, take away all the conclusions, take away all the givens, and work from nothing. And let's just work on some little things. If the Earth is a spinning ball that's going at around 700 miles per hour, those clouds must be going faster than that to be staying static above that, because they're travelling a bigger circle. Why don't they show any signs of disturbance, disruption, turbulence, or anything? How can they travel that fast and not show any signs of disturbance? How do gases behave? What is causing them to rotate? People say gravity, duh. But gravity at this point on the ground isn't gravity at that point in the sky. It isn't a tether, it isn't like a rope connecting the 2 points together. Gravity is a force that's created by spinning. It's the rotation, this, that, the other, the mass rotating creates gravity and pulls everything towards it. Okay. But the gravity itself is not rotating. It's a creation of the rotation that's then emitted out of the whole Earth as a constant. That's why things fall at the same rate. Because of gravity. Because gravity. Right, okay. So if the point of gravity is relative to the spin, where it's spinning and this, that, the other, blah, 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 when you go to the North Pole and it's barely spinning, there'd be less gravity. So the gravity itself isn't rotating with the point where it's emitting from in that moment. It's emitting from the whole thing at once. The force isn't rotating, it's a force created by rotation. There's a difference. So what is holding those clouds there? And if the Earth spinning is creating the movement and the motion that makes all the air move and this, that, the other, those clouds are still travelling faster than the Earth. How are they going faster than the Earth? How do they sometimes go slower than the Earth? How come sometimes they're going south, or they're going north, or they're going west when they should be going east? They should only really go one way. How do you then get cyclones? What is causing this disruption? Why isn't it a constant disruption? Why is it a variable disruption if the Earth is spinning at a constant speed? You see, we don't feel the difference in the rotation, we don't feel the difference in the speed, we don't feel acceleration, deceleration, we don't suddenly fall over and go off balance, we don't have to lean into the rotation or anything. So we've got this constant spinning that is always spinning as a constant at a constant rate. Then why aren't the clouds behaving in a constant manner? See, the thing with science is you have to start from nothing and build. You ask some people questions and all they'll give you is a conclusion and givens. It's like when people say about how we know the size of the sun, the distance of the sun, the size of the moon and the distance of the moon. If you answer just one of those things, they'll say, well, using an eclipse, the sun is this far away, the sun is this size, the moon is this size, so therefore we know it is that far away. Prove each one of those on their own. They can't, because then you say, how do we know the sun's that far away? They'll say because the sun is this size, because the moon is this distance, because the moon is this size. During an eclipse, we can tell that, boom. You see, they can't prove each one of those things individually, and they don't realise that all they're doing is realigning a whole bunch of ifs that are only ifs. So they'll say, no, I just proved it, but I just proved it. You see, I just proved that it is that size, so now I'm going to rearrange that calculation and prove it is that distance. You haven't proved anything. All you've done is carry out some maths, and they're all ifs, they're all givens, they're all conclusions. You can't prove any one of them on their own. You take something like making iron sulfide. You can test that it actually is iron, and you know that it's iron because you're having a sensory interaction with it, and you can test that it is iron. And you know that that is sulfur because you can have a sensory interaction with it and test that it is actually sulfur. And you know that you've mixed them, and you know that you've heated them, and you know that the end product is iron sulfide. Now, if you was using aluminium instead of iron, you wouldn't end up with iron sulfide. So, by carrying out the process, testing every individual part of the process, being able to interact with every single part and having sensory interaction with it, and knowing each individual part is how you know the end result. But you can't do that with space, you can't do that with the shape of Earth. There's so many things that you just can't do. You cannot have that interaction. You have to take a load of ifs. You know, it's totally different. People who fight about a shape, a model, it's like kids fighting over toys. Seriously, like they're just repeating a whole load of ifs, and they think you haven't heard them before. They think that you don't have access to them. They think that you haven't had that education, that you haven't been told that, shown that you couldn't look that up yourself. And they think that by repeating it to you, repeating something that you've heard over and over again and already rejected, somehow they're going to change your mind. But if it didn't change my mind when I read it in a book, it didn't change my mind when I heard it in a class, it didn't change my mind when a science teacher told me, it didn't change my mind in a documentary, it didn't change my mind on the internet, it didn't change my mind in a comment section. What makes you think that you're so great, you're so special, you're so wonderful, that you've got access to some kind of special knowledge that no one else has, that you're going to change my mind? Look at me, mummy, I'm sciencing on the internet. I'm sciencing on the internet. Look, I'm having fights with people. That's all it's really become. A fight. See, all these sphere earthers, what have you got without flat earth? What have you got? Nothing. If you left the flat earthers alone, there'd only be half as much flat earth content. There'd be a lot less flat earth views, there'd be a lot less flat earth comments, there'd be a lot less flat earth ratings. But as it is, you add to the content. By adding to the content, you push it up the algorithm. You're trying to defeat flat earth by giving flat earth publicity, by highlighting flat earth, by bringing awareness of flat earth, by sending people to research flat earth. You're going to defeat flat earth. Oops, I thought you were the intelligence ones. You're the clever ones. You're sciencing on the internet, aren't you? You're doing the science. And you know how everything works. You know how the algorithms work. Yeah, and all those people who follow those channels, you don't see that these people are monetising and making money out of flat earth. These people who claim to be so pro-science, for science, scientists, and they're all about science and everything, what are they doing? They're profiting off of flat earth. These people you're following are making money off of flat earth. They're lining their pockets with flat earth. Well, what I say to any flat earther is go on to all these sphere earth videos, give them a view, give them a comment, give them a thumbs up or thumbs down, add to the algorithm, keep promoting it. It's all good promotion. All publicity is good publicity. Well, they're doing the publicity for you, so get on there, give it a comment, give it a view, put on a playlist while you're going out and let it play through just to let them get the views. You might as well. You don't even have to watch it. And they think that they're going to save the sphere Earth, but they're not defeating it. They're not defeating it. All they do is swear. You fucking fucktard. You fucking retard. That's all. That's the voice that they type in. They're freaking out. They're going crazy. They're going mental. All they want to do is fight. It's like they've finally found a fight they might be able to win. Can't win anything face to face, but on the internet they've got some level of control, they've got some level of empowerment, and everything that feels so out of control, all of a sudden they've got this point of control. And they've got this safety net, this ability to detach. They have fights with virtual nobodies on a virtual platform. To win a fight over a virtual nobody in a world of virtual nobodies on a virtual platform. And what does that add up to into the real world? What is the value of that win? Take it out into the real world and tell me what value it has. What value does it have? Sciencing on the internet. Screaming, you fucking fat tard, you thick bastard, why are you so dumb? Let's look at what this thick cunt said. Yeah, it really makes you look clever, doesn't it? Really makes you look grown up. You're the sort of person who I'd want a conversation with. No, not at all. You see, the reality is, to me, you only know the things you've had sensory interaction with. See, I know what mint tastes like, I know what chicken tastes like, I know what denim feels like, I know what my dog looks like, because I've had sensory interactions with them. I don't know what... Name a flower. If I haven't smelled it, I don't know what it smells like. I don't know what sloth tastes like. I don't know what tiger fur feels like. I don't know what your cat looks like. You know why? Because I've had no sensory interaction with those things. The most I could do is believe what you tell me or describe. But I don't actually know. I will never actually know until I'm actually there looking at it for myself. So, when have you ever been so far from the Earth that you could look down on it and see what shape it is? When have you been to those planets and actually seen what they are? When have you been to a star and seen what it is? So you don't know, you believe. And your belief is so strong that you get online and you'll fight with people and you argue with them, you'll scream and shout and you make videos all about it, and you don't realise that you're following the cult of the religion of science. You're not actually doing science, you never do any science, you don't actually know about science. Because you've never started from a question. All you've started from is a conclusion, all you'll do is a line givens. But you don't actually know. That's the one thing that you don't accept, is that you don't know. All you have is a belief. If you haven't seen it, smelt it, touched it, tasted it, you don't know it. You just believe it. That's